to professional competitive play in major leagues across the world. Either it does incredibly well. We'll never forget Coco's performance on Lulu. Spawning 2 Sand Soldiers, just a dance-off. Bang definitely winning the 1v1 as far as dance is concerned, because he's got Sand Soldiers. That makes it a 3v1. That's just not fair. Bang apparently also a pigeon here. Emperor of the Birds as well. Gonna be a little bit BM and draw first blood there on GBM by throwing down a quick auto attack. But let's go ahead and talk about exactly some of the strategies that we can expect to see. Okay, Bang, I'm not sure why you tanked up a turret shot there. Oh, he's waiting for GBM to go back to base. He actually used a rise on the turret to get a little bit of extra turret damage. So if he goes for victory by that turret destruction win condition, well, he's got a little bit of an earlier start to it. Now, Bang is actually forced to heal up in base, but that's not actually a disadvantage. You'll see both mid laners start in base just so that with this Crystalline Flask sustain base start, you're going to get 1 extra potion if you wait for 10 gold in base, because you have that 25 gold left over after that bypath. Now, as far as this 1v1 is going to go, I got to talk about a couple of things. It's going to be about wave management early on, but also when you start the lane with all these sustain items, the only reason that you do this over, say, starting with a Doran's Ring or Doran's Blade if you're an AD champion, is so that you can have so much sustain that you can out-sustain the damage that your opponent's going to do to you, and then have overall more cost-effectiveness by going back to base, refilling your Crystalline Flask for free. That's why you'll see teleports on both champions. We have seen some success in running just Flash Ignite or, Flash Exhaust, some aggressive summoner spells without teleport, but by and large, if you don't bring teleport, you're just going to lose to an item disadvantage when the other guy goes back to base and then teleports right back into lane. So, you're going to see primarily usage of teleports for one summoner spell, and either a defensive barrier like you see on Gank by Mom, a summoner heal, which you'll see in some situations because you don't usually have to worry about Ignite. Some situations you do see the Ignite, but it's going to be a flash here for Bang. You can see Gank by Mom actually dropping down very, very low, but gotta keep an eye on that CS. Only 1 CS difference between these two players, and honestly, when it comes to CSing, mid and AD carry are going to be either your primary lanes where you see those numbers get extremely high. You have players like, I think we just had a new record set for CS. Can't remember exactly who did it. I think it was an LPL record set for most CS in a professional competitive game. Somewhere upwards of 700. I was just like, how do you even spawn that many minions on the map? It's not something you're going to see in a 1v1. It's, games tend to end around 100 CS if it is the CS victory, but as far as for right now, very even as far as CS is concerned between both of these players. Small slight advantage here for Bang as he will be able to close out these CS, backing off towards his turret. Now, we saw Gank by Mom actually drop a little bit lower in the HP, but what's really going to be defining of this matchup are the mana bars. You see very low mana for Gank by Mom and Bang, but Bang will have a slight advantage in the mana, just because he has chosen to spec into the utility tree instead of going for that full, 9 points in defense. And for Bang specifically, having this Azir means that as soon as he's able to head back to base and buy his first few Doran's Rings, that's going to give him not only a little bit of extra ability power, some extra mana regeneration, both passive and active from killing monsters, and minions, I guess, of course. But it's also going to give him attack speed, so that's going to make his Sand Soldiers that much more effective. And for Lulu, really, I guess the passive is just picks, so he gets some slightly empowered auto attacks, and you can already see those auto attacks, Glitter Lances, just shoving this wave in, but hasn't actually been all that effective, or as effective as we've seen, players be versus Azirs. Although traditionally we see AD carries running this matchup versus Azir to shove the wave matchup very early on, but GBM positioning very, very aggressively. Gonna throw down that barrier auto attack flash underneath turret, and it's Bang. It's gonna go down. It's ganked by Mom. With the game 1 victory over Bang. You're going to get a quick instant replay coming your way. And GBM, you can already see Bang walking around that tiny little ledge, means he's not going to be able to make it back to his turret in time. There's a barrier just to make sure there's no all-in, no mana, no health. And the last auto attack follows Bang underneath his turret. A late flash back to the turret means ganked by Mom will be your game 1 winner in this best